He says he doesn't listen. If McAdoo tells you he doesn't know, he hears there's a lot of groundswell out there, a lot of response. He's too busy working on that game plan. That game plan must be a masterpiece. I'll tell you, he's working on that game plan feverishly. Doesn't know what's going on. First of all, he knows exactly what's going on. They know every inch of what's going on. That's number one. Number two, all you've heard about how great practice has been. How many times this year? That's like the Kotite thing. Kotite would say every week practice was great when they won one game. One game every week. Oh, we couldn't have been better. We couldn't have been sharper. Practice was sharp, very sharp. You've heard him say practice has been sharp, razor sharp every week. When you hear guys, first of all, these guys spend no time on the field anymore, the way the work works out. In this day and age, no time on the field, especially late in the season. Secondly, when you hear that and then they play like they're playing, you know what's going on. And the rest of the players, you know what? They move on to the next guy. They don't care. They don't care. They weren't here. They don't care. They're worried about themselves. They're worried about themselves, and most of them worried about whether they're going to get paid next year. That's what they're worried about. A lot of them will go somewhere else and screw up some other team. Billy and Elizabeth, what's up, Billy?
Hey, Mike, before my McAdoo point, I've been wanting to say this for a while. It's a given we're going to miss you, but what goes away with your show is your, I guess it would be a Rolodex / contact list in your phone. I mean, your callers, your radio friends / are some of the greatest players, coaches, and broadcasters of all time.
Well, that's what happens when you've been there. Well, that's what happens when you've been there as long as I've been there. That's the fortunate part. I mean, I've been there a long time. That's the best part. Is that you build a lot of relationships. But thank you, appreciate it.
Mike. It really is. Your resume is going out with your show.
Thank you.
With regard to, I'm not going to say the McAdoo situation. I got a strange feeling. How can you not say that? To some extent, the owners aren't backing McAdoo. Like, in other words, I don't think McAdoo's done yet. If they're giving him this opportunity, don't you think they're still evaluating?
Well, you see, I think
why would they allow him to do this to Eli?
You know what it tells me? Here's what it tells me. It tells me they've decided that Eli's not seeing that roster bonus next year, that they're going to use this time, that they're going to say, we're going to draft very high. We're going to go get our quarterback of the future.
But how would Mara not call Eli and discuss it? And if you want to have McAdoo in the room, fine. But to me,
I think it's a case. I think it's a.
Sure about not bringing him back.
See, I don't know about that. I can't answer that right now. I would say that it's going to be hard for him to turn it around. But I think what happened is, he goes to Mara, and John's very locked up in this Goodell thing right now. He's in the middle of it right now. They're trying to get this Goodell contract done this week. He's in the city having meetings with owners about that. I think he tells them what he wants to do. He tells Reese what he wants to do. Reese and McAdoo tell Mara what they want to do. And I think he says, well, clearly he went to Reese, and Reese said he was on board. And then they said that the owner was on board. And I think what it tells you is that Mara said, okay, this is what you want to do it. And I think he feels, I'm not keeping Eli on the roster next year anyway. I'm not giving him that $5 million roster bonus. Let him go his own way. And that's it. Number two, they're going to draft a quarterback, which they'll do if they get this high. They're going to be high. I mean, any way you slice it, let's say they win 2 of their last 5, which would be a lot for them. So they win 4 games. They're going to be picking in the top 5 right now. And don't be surprised if San Francisco actually, Cleveland's going to pick 1. We know that. And I still think they're going to be in the market for a quarterback, despite the fact they say they like their kid. I still think they'll be in the market. San Francisco has Chicago, and then they have Houston. Then they have Tennessee. Then they have Jacksonville. And then they have the Rams. Do not be surprised they win 1 or 2. with Garoppolo at quarterback. Garoppolo came in last week, threw the final 2 passes, threw a touchdown pass. You're going to see Garoppolo is going to make a difference right away for that team. That team's not ready to win, but do not be surprised that he turns around and beats a couple of these teams in the last couple of weeks. Now, will that move them out of the 2? It could. It doesn't automatically have to move them out of the 2. It could move them out of the 2. It's possible. Now, who is in the? You got San Francisco there. The Bears have 3 wins. The Broncos have 3 wins. Cleveland's got the number 1. Indy has 3 wins. Indy's going to win again, and they're not in the quarterback market anyway unless they decide to trade Luck, and that will probably get them the first pick. If they put Luck on the market, they could get the first pick for him. If Luck's on the market, that's the first thing I'm doing. Now, I know Indianapolis' first thing right now is trying to get Harbaugh out of Michigan, but if they can't do that, if I'm Luck and I can get myself traded out of there, that's the first thing. If I'm a team, I'd be knocking on Indianapolis' door night and day trying to get Luck. I don't think they'll let him go, but forget that. They're still not going to draft a quarterback. The Giants could easily pick as high as 3rd. They pick anywhere from 3, 4, 5 in this draft. They're picking a quarterback, and don't be surprised if they trade up to get one. They're going to take a quarterback. They're going to release Eli before they pay him that $5 million. So they'll have to mend fences with him down the line, but they're not going. Eli's not going to be there next year. And I don't think McAdoo is going to be there next year, nor do I think Reese is going to be there next year. We'll get a quick break right after this.